This is the first ever SWBZ podcast. Today, my name is Nick, also known as Spuddles. Today, I'm being joined by my buddy Ben. Your name is?
Oh, Benjamin19.
There you go.
There we are.
We're working out some kinks. Will?
I'm Santorio Slash.
Alex?
Hello, I'm Bird of Hermes 5.
Bailey?
Hey, I'm Bay.
Bailey is Ben. Okay, so basically this is the first ever podcast. The idea of the podcast is to basically talk about mostly anime, video games, a lot of geek and nerd culture stuff, but not to be completely limited to it. We might talk about some sports stuff, whatever's in pop culture. You know, that's just depending on it.
Depending on what's going on in the world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, rough about stuff that we're going to be talking about today is maybe sometimes of just the introduction to the show, what the show is going to be about, and some starting topics. Will, you got anything?
Nope.
No? Damn.
Really? This is how you're going to start our show?
Yeah.
First
Guns
episode.
blazing right off the bat. I love it.
That's how I was going to end it. The end.
See ya.
Done.
We're going to start a timer. We're going to go for about an hour. We're going to attempt it. If we run out of stuff, then we run out of stuff.
All right, why don't we go around and how about we say like favorite long version of anime? So anything that's more than maybe
Favorite
like,
longer anime.
longer anime. So like more than 2 seasons.
Okay.
Okay, so that's like the Naruto turds and all that.
Hey,
other
you don't need to be talking about Naruto that way,
yeah.
because that's my answer.
I would say Dragon Ball Z just for like the culture, but I'm not all about it since Super came out. I mean, I enjoyed parts of it, but I don't know. Will, do you have one?
Yeah, One Piece all the way. Best anime of all time.
I do like One Piece as well. Ben?
I was gonna say Naruto, Shippuden, to be specific, but yeah.
Gotcha. Alex?
Fuck Boruto.
Not nearly as long as those guys, but my favorite is definitely Overlord.
Mm-hmm. Bailey, I don't know how much anime you actually watch, but
I don't watch
You
a
don't?
lot of anime. I've watched Fairy Tail, but I got kind of bored. But
mm-hmm.
I know it's debatable. But
Okay.
my favorite is Avatar: The Last Airbender,
Okay.
which I know is probably not anime,
I count
but
that.
it's a gray area.
Yeah,
I feel like.
it's respectable. I mean, people like it.
That's my favorite.
Yeah. Actually, we saw someone dressed up or cosplaying as Aang
Yeah, we did.
at the MomoCon.
Were they
In
bald?
Atlanta, Georgia.
He
Shout out.
shaved his hair into an arrow, and he dyed his
Dyed it
hair
blue.
gray or blue. Yeah, like a bluish gray. It actually looked pretty cool. I liked it.
That's cool.
But in terms of Fairy Tail, did you know that they were like making the last season right now?
No.
Yeah.
I
So
didn't know.
they were on like a big hiatus for like a long time, and now they're like back, and they're just wrapping it up, and they're just cramming a bunch of like all the plot twists and stuff like that they planned out, or they just crammed it into one season, like 50 episodes, which is not that much because they have to like get a lot of stuff back together. But
Get the band back together.
yeah, they have to get the band back together. They have to get the guild back together.
Yeah, they kind of made a funny reference to like other animes, like you know how the protagonist can go off and train for like 2 years.
Mhm.
Oh, these guys only train for like 2 weeks,
Right.
or a year.
Right. I don't know what's the first anime that's been doing that. I mean, One Piece did like the whole 2-year time skip. But I was trying to think like before that.
I think it was probably Dragon Ball because Goku went and trained with King Kai and that kind of.
And then you
stuff.
also technically have the hyperbolic time chamber,
Yeah.
you know, disappear for like a year, but really just a day. I don't know if you would declare that.
It's kind of a makeshift time skip, so.
Gotcha. Other than anime, so like back to the podcast stuff. What are you guys like wanting? What are you guys looking forward to do in the podcast? Like, you know, anyone?
I'm looking forward to just having general conversation.
General conversation.
Yeah, and debate about different, which is better, Chimchar or
Cyndaquil.
Yeah, you know.
or anyone else because he's
Obviously
the
inferior.
Shooting the breeze and telling these people that they're wrong.
Okay, so just for reference, we were talking about like favorite starters and stuff like that. More specifically, like different types.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about in reference to favorite fire starter in Pokemon. Ben likes,
Chimchar, because Infernape is a boss.
and Will likes.
Cyndaquil because best fire starter of all time.
Gotcha. I'm more of an OG kind of guy. I respect the Charmander. Charmander's awesome.
That's fair, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's like a candle, though. He'll die if you blow out his tail.
But that's like such a creative like lore aspect.
It
bro.
is very unique.
Like other there's some Pokemon that have some dark history stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah, Cubone.
Cubone.
OG sad story right there.
Gosh, Cubone. I would catch a Cubone. I would love a Cubone to have a Pokemon and then turn it into a Ghost Marowak. That'd be awesome. Alex, what was your favorite fire starter?
It's funny because we're all split. Like, we have one candidate for each gen because mine is the Blaziken Torchic.
Oh, okay.
So we're all divided.
Gotcha. Bailey, do you have one?
Torchic to me is the cutest,
Hey.
like, starting.
The cutest?
But then it grows into something that's not that cute.
You just want to keep this a Torchic?
Yeah, just a Torchic.
Okay.
I don't really have a strong opinion about fire starters because I don't ever pick fire starters.
Gotcha.
That's fair.
Oh yeah, so we kind of talked about what Ben wanted from the podcast. Will, what do you want to talk about or like hit stuff on podcasts? Anything?
Just I'm interested in arguing different points, the debate aspect that we could have, because that's always really funny.
Gotcha. And Alex, did you want to hit anything up?
I like that. I just like hanging out with you guys, having chats about what's going on in the world and
I
what
hate
we like.
you guys so much. No, it's pretty cool.
What about you, Nick?
What about me? I think the debating stuff is pretty cool. Also, like kind of like maybe possibly growing community is pretty cool as well.
Yeah.
And trying to get that outreach and like.
So we have a lot more people that might be joining. So
Yeah, which is the big thing is that the people that you see on here might not always be here. Like Ben might be out for a week, and then Will might be here, Alex might be here, but we might have our buddy Zach. Bailey might not be here. She's kind of like a guest appearance right now. It'll be awesome if she keeps appearing though. If we have like all 12 of our friends in here in this tiny
Got a room.
Get insane.
Yeah, but which for reference, this is actually my room. I know it looks pretty cool. There's like a couch and stuff like that, and if you can't see, there's a TV over there.
No big deal. His room's really cool.
I know, like just pat yourself on the back.
It's a lot of effort and money, mostly money. But I am trying to get another camera for another angle, so that way it looks more casual, relaxed, and it kind of looks more like you guys are with us. You have a general aspect of what's going on in the room. We also, if for our friends that were away, we're going to set up like kind of like a video conference with them, so that way they can be on the TV talking to us. So it's like a bunch of TV talkers talking to a TV. Yeah, it's weird, but it works. But yeah, anyone else want to hit anything up? Let's talk about general interests. Like for me, I was really, really big on video games and stuff like that. Anime kind of hit me a little bit later, but I do like a good bit of anime. In terms of video games, I was really big into Halo. I've kind of dwindled from that aspect. It might come back for me now that it's come out on PC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I grew up a console gamer, mostly on Xbox, and then I transferred over to PC, and I got a really nice setup now that I'm pretty proud of. But in terms of anime, I'm really like a blood and gore kind of guy, like psychological thrillers and stuff like that. Will detests my taste because I'm not going to say he's opposite, but
I enjoy all of it. I don't stick it in just one location.
Right. I mean, like I have a couple other variations and stuff, but like for example, we both like One Piece. That's like our thing.
Heck yes.
Which we're trying to get like other friends of ours into One Piece as well.
It's just so long.
One of these days.
That's the thing is a lot of the good anime is like really, really long, and in order to like enjoy it, you gotta catch up.
Yeah.
Anyone else want to tell them about their interests?
Yeah, I've always been into games. Again, came into anime pretty late. But games for me, I stick more in the RPG realm. I love the Elder Scrolls, Mass Effect. One, I guess that's not really an RPG. Well, I guess
It is.
Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, it is,
is
in a way.
one of the dopest games in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But that's where I tend to stick, is in the RPG realm. I think Halo's fun. I'm just terrible at it.
You must love Fallout 76.
Oh yeah, Fallout 76 is like the best game that's ever been released by Bethesda.
That's ever been possibly touched.
Air
Oh yeah, let me go. Air quotes. That
no
is
bugs when it was released.
Yeah, no
Perfect,
bugs.
flawless game.
Everyone received their canvas bags on time.
The new
Proper
Coca-Cola
material.
tasted great.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen that video, there's a video that came out by a guy named Internet Historian, and it's called Fall of Fallout 76. Or no, Fall of 76.
Yes.
It is awesome. The amount of effort and research that dude did to compile into a video is like the best thing ever. He's like his own PR department. Like he has his own war. It's amazing. And the thing is, like, he's not trying to diss him or anything like that. He's just telling the truth about what actually happened.
Yeah.
You guys should totally check out that video.
Agreed.
Anyway, so we're talking about interests. Will?
We'll go with Alex.
Oh, Alex
Alright.
first. All right.
So I was also kind of anime later into the game. Video games a lot of my life. I was 100% Nintendo fanboy growing up.
Mhm.
All Pokemon, all DK, any of that stuff. I liked a lot of strategy games.
Mhm.
I liked Paper Mario. Was like hands down probably favorite childhood series, and
Yeah.
that really got me into that like love of strategy games. Then I also found Fire Emblem later on, and that was one of my favorites as well.
Mhm.
So
Did you hit up Final Fantasy at all?
no, I should have, but since I was a Nintendo fanboy,
Yeah.
I never had never had any PlayStations, never got to experience that glory.
Right.
But I will. I am excited about the new remake. I
Mhm.
know it's not going to be the same as it was before, like the combat style.
Right.
But I'm 100% on board with it.
I think they're gonna do like a mix and mash of the previous and the current, like
Mhm.
because Final Fantasy 15 is just button mashing,
Yes.
press X and then dodge and move around, but you're just constantly pressing a button and possibly throwing spells out. Probably not. But and then they want to put in, from what I understand, from what I've seen in like the trailers and stuff, they put in some aspect of JRPGs where it's like, there is like you can actually access like whether you're actually doing basic attacks or if you're doing like summonings or what have you.
Mm-hmm.
Bailey, do you have any like specific interests or how they came about? Would you consider yourself a geek?
Yeah.
A geekette?
I would. Yeah. Because I really like to read,
Mm-hmm.
which I consider
It's part of the culture
mildly
in a
nerdy.
way.
Especially because I like science fiction and fantasy
Mm-hmm.
more than like other genres.
Right.
So
Plus, you're a
I
big
read
Harry
lot.
Potter fan too, right?
I do love Harry Potter. It's,
Proud Hufflepuff sitting over here.
Yeah. Benny Boy's a Hufflepuff.
Yeah, he
Heck
is.
yeah.
Will, what are you?
I'm Gryffindor.
You're Gryffindor.
Obviously.
I'm also Gryffindor. Alex?
I don't remember. It's been too long.
Let's
I
just
want-
place
I want
it
to-
between
I want to-
Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff.
I think I was a
I agree with
Hufflepuff
that.
when I
Yeah,
took the quiz,
it
so
does
I'm
sound
going to go
like
with that.
He's a Ravenpuff.
He's
Raven-
a Ravenclaw.
alright.
I think that's pretty perfect. Yeah, I'm a Ravenclaw.
Yeah.
I mean, duh.
There was a split. There was one that put like you in two houses and it like split you down the
Yeah.
middle.
Oh.
And I remember being a Griffin puff.
That's what I am.
Yeah.
So
I want to say I was either a Gryffindor or the Gryffindor and the Slytherin. Slytherin? What do you call that?
Slytherin and Gryffindor.
Yeah.
It was a Griffer.
Griffin.
Probably Slytherin.
Griffin. What house are you? It's like you're having a stroke. Griffin.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will?
Yeah. So I mean, I started off gaming before anime. Anime was later in life. I really started getting into it when I was in college and undergrad.
Right.
Of course, One Piece was the first one I started.
Mm-hmm.
Last one I'm gonna
Madman.
finish probably.
Right.
But I started with Nintendo 64 and GameCube,
Mhm.
going back to those old school game consoles. Ended up finally getting up to a Xbox
Mm-hmm.
and now PlayStation, and then now I'm actually getting PC. So should be
Yeah.
fun.
You haven't quite put in your parts in yet, though.
Not yet. But
It's kind of intimidating process at first.
Yeah.
In a way, because you're like,
But original gaming, like I started off on the old school, like RuneScape and
Mhm.
like
Yes.
Adventure Quest and all this other stuff that was just online. That was
gotta
free.
get that 99 woodcutting, man.
Oh my gosh, no! I did more of the fishing and And the cooking, so.
Just mindlessly chopping wood. I could do that for hours and completely be brain dead.
That
I'll
would be
completely happy.
That would be $10 a month for your membership to
For-
cut wood.
Yeah. Was it $10 or was it $5?
It was $5
It was
before.
$5
Now it's up to
originally.
$13 a month.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Aye.
Well, I know that they came back out with like the old school RuneScape
Yes,
stuff.
yeah.
Do they still offer membership for that?
Yeah.
They do, yes. That was
That's
the
the
$13.
That's the $13.
Yeah.
The new school's like 15 to 20 or something like
That's
that.
a yikes.
Big
It's
yikes.
weird on how like.
But
like
the
an-
old school's now an app too. So.
Right. Yeah, I heard about that. It's weird on how like they're kind of revitalizing a lot of old school games and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Yoshi's Woolly World is kind of like a revamp of the old school Yoshi's.
Yeah.
Yoshi's Story.
Yoshi's Story.
They need to
And-
bring back Kirby Air Ride.
Right. And then they also did like was it Kirby's Yarn
Yeah,
thing?
the
Woolly
Epic
World.
World, yeah.
Woolly World.
It's still a Woolly World?
No, the new
Oh,
one is
Kirby
Craft
one.
World.
Crafted World.
Oh.
Crafted World. I'm about to say like Yoshi's is Woolly World because he's actually like made out
We're
of
talking about the Kirby one.
Kirby.
with
Oh.
Kirby's Epic Yarn. They
Oh,
had
is
that
it?
one too.
I'm sorry. I completely.
Yeah,
the
Alex has
Yoshi.
got it.
Yoshi was the Woolly World and the Crafted World.
I completely went on a different train for you guys.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
I mean, Nick was talking about Yoshi, and then they brought up Kirby.
Yeah.
I,
It's,
I think my
sorry,
brain
I'm sorry.
ticked out for just a second while you were talking
hey,
about Kirby.
it's what happens in
And
conversations.
And then, I
Anyway.
mean, I know we're all Smash fans too. So.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah,
course.
absolutely.
It is funny though on how we were like saying on how I was like, oh, like I started going into anime late, which is like true. It's just that also like anime has kind of like always been there,
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
like with Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Even Naruto started like when
Yeah.
we were in like middle school, high school.
Yeah,
think.
I watched Naruto when it was first coming out.
Right, Toonami.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Same thing with One Piece. One Piece started. Well, for me, it started out on.
I still remember the freaking rap.
Yeah. You're gonna
I'm
do
not
it.
gonna do it.
I was waiting.
That'll be a different episode.
Well, we'll make that.
Comment
into, like,
below if you.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
if we get to 1,000 likes, I will rap the One Piece rap.
That would be really awesome if we could start doing like challenge videos and stuff like that. But yeah, sometimes we're gonna be like doing react videos and stuff like that. I think that we're gonna do.
Mhm.
I know Will's big on like the food challenges stuff of like the
Oh,
spicy food stuff.
Hell yeah.
Alex is not too thrilled about the spicy food stuff.
We can get him.
I mean, I'll watch
We can
other
get
people
him.
eat him, but
For the gram.
I will not.
Alex
We can peer
is
pressure.
has a sensitive tongue to spices. Let's just say that.
That's an understatement.
Yes. I mean, I just want to be a little
Yeah.
generous, but yeah, I mean, I can handle a good amount. But the thing for me that gets me is like the taste. If it tastes nasty, I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is worse than the actual spice.
Nice.
But the thing is that you don't down a gallon of milk by yourself to try and.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how it tastes.
I
to
mean,
me.
honestly,
if my tongue is melting, then it doesn't matter how it tastes to me.
yeah, honestly, I respect the chugging the milk. 'Cause I love milk.
Oh
Milk's
yeah.
awesome.
I should make the chocolate chip cookies out of those Burner Bliss
Oh
bars.
my god. Just leave them out. Don't say anything. Just leave them out. Like on the counter or something like that. And it's like, can I have one? If you want. Grab it. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
What have you done?
I will walk out on the spot.
Yeah.
We're not friends anymore.
It is interesting on how like what we consider anime kind of changes in an aspect because like if we see that it comes from like America in a way or if it comes out in an English dub we're like it's not anime, but then like a little bit later we're like maybe it was anime based on origins and stuff like that.
Well, okay, so my whole thing though is that sub and dub are both considered anime as long as it is from Japan.
Right.
But my whole thing is sub is better because you get the exact translation and it makes more sense than when somebody's trying to dub it and it matches with the mouth moving. Also,
Mhm.
Americanized anime is a thing.
Yes.
So,
Yes it is.
Avatar: The Last Airbender falls into that envelope.
There you go. Will just gave you the grace of saying you're good to go. That is anime.
Kind
It's
of.
anime stylized.
It is anime style. It is good enough for him.
All right. Well, good.
Yes. Which, are you a firebender? Would you consider yourself a firebender?
I think
Would you
other
want to be
people-
a firebender?
Ooh.
That's a good question.
I'm an earthbender all day.
You'd be earthbender.
Look at these hands.
Based off of body type, I would probably be earthbender, but I would want to be more of a waterbender than a firebender. So
It'd be cool if you were like a waterbender though, because then you'd be like a drunken style waterbender.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd be really cool. It'd be like some sort of booze bender. That would be awesome.
Chug, 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 chug.
Nice. Bailey, you're big on Avatar. What do you
Yep.
think? What do you think
been
you
doing?
are, and what would you think that you would want to be?
Ooh, I really don't know. I kind of think waterbender, but maybe airbender. One of those two. I think waterbending's way cooler.
Mm-hmm. Alex, I just feel like you are a waterbender, but I don't know if you want to be something else. You're just too go with the flow kind of guy.
I do like waterbending, but I could also see myself doing air as well.
That is true.
But see, we had this conversation before. I argue that he's an airbender because he's very quiet sometimes. Like, you don't know he's there.
I don't know if that's an airbender like quality.
I don't know, man.
Well, the monk lifestyle.
The monk
It's
lifestyle.
quiet,
is-
peaceful.
Aang's quiet and peaceful.
Okay. Aang is an exception.
Aang is also 12.
True. He's 112.
What? It was more like, what was the elder dude's name? The Legend of Korra, the last remaining airbender.
Oh, Aang's son?
Yeah.
Tenzin?
Yeah. It'd be more like that's the norm
That's
of
his
airbender.
spirit animal.
I gotcha. I think I don't know. I think I'm more of a firebender. I like firebending.
I do
I
too.
would've said
Yeah, it
that.
fits.
Yeah.
I would want to be either a fire or a water, but I would prefer water, I think.
Yeah. I think I would imagine that I fit firebending pretty good, especially since I'm an Aries, and Aries is part of the fire horoscope bullcrap and
Yeah,
blah blah blah
I was
blah.
gonna say, if we go off of like astrology signs,
I'm an airbender.
you would be air, I would be air, you
I
would
think
also
I'm
be
air. Alright.
I don't even
Oh.
know what I would be.
Well, I think Scorpio is.
Ben followed, or as in Benjamin 19 followed.
I
that was a
did.
long
Thank you,
I
Ben
did
Jumbo, for
follow.
the follow.
Wow.
I did follow.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
You didn't say anything.
Because
Yeah,
it's
it's
him.
your job.
Like if you see something pop up, you gotta say something. You gotta.
You feel- it was a
With
test and he
Scorpio,
failed.
I have no clue.
I have to
what
Google it.
is.
Right.
I don't know what my phone is. We'll never
Scorpio.
know.
It's either earth or fire,
I think it's one of the two. I think it
don't
would definitely
know.
not
I
water.
thought it was water.
I don't think it's water.
No, I thought it was
Could be.
water or fire. I bet you it's fire.
It's arachnid. But by the way, like for those who are listening, or actually those who are watching as well, if you actually like the content, or if you're interested, or maybe want to be part of it, just don't be afraid to follow at least us on Twitch. I'm gonna figure out where we're gonna post it on for a podcast, and then we also have a Facebook. We're gonna do a YouTube and a Twitter.
Yes, and there's also an Instagram, but that's probably going to come later. The
Right.
account is made, but there's probably not going to be posting for a while.
There's probably not gonna be. There's gonna be scatterbrain posts on all of these for like a little bit.
Exactly.
Yes.
I'll get it under control eventually, but
Yes.
Give me some time.
Join the SWBZ colony.
and it is all talking swibs in
Mhm.
some form or another. If you search that, you will find it.
Right. And for those who are wondering what a SWIB is, or a SWBZ is, it's whatever you want it to be. It means nothing and everything. It is a combination of like the first letters of a lot of us. Because, you got S from Spuddles and S from Centuria Slash. You got Bird of Hermes, which is a B. You have W, which is Wiggs, which is our buddy Zach. Z, which is from Zero. We also have a B from Benjamin, right? And B from Bay.
Bay.
And S from Sandwich. Which these are all other characters that you might.
characters.
Other characters.
They're all
Other-
other characters.
Other persona and people.
We're gonna be writing them into the show at some point.
Probably. I don't know. We'll never know. But they might appear. They might be reoccurring. But yeah, it's this combination of all of our letters kind of put together and simplified into SWBZ. So if you want to be a SWABs or a SWOOBs, you can join us and follow us and talk to us. It's awesome. The idea is to maybe build a community and be talking about geek culture for pretty much most of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So come be a SWOOB. SWABs.
Swibbity
Swab.
swab.
A SWBZ.
Be a sweep.
Be SWEEBs.
Hey, single swabs.
single swabs.
By the way, comment below what you want to be called.
Yeah.
We're just gonna keep. We're not gonna be consistent with it whatsoever, and I think that's my goal at least. Just be all like, nah, you may be a swabs today, but tomorrow you're gonna be a swabs. But yeah. But yeah, so we might be doing react videos. We might be doing let's play videos where we go head to head in various multiplayer.
Oh yeah, lots of tournaments.
We're gonna do like maybe some Smash Brothers, Mario Kart, Mario Party, maybe a little bit of Halo.
No.
Maybe.
Well, only you will be good at that.
Nick will judge. Nick will spectate.
You all
and
suck.
comment.
I'm fairly good at Halo, but
See us freak out about
Fairly.
Overcooked or something.
I
I haven't played Halo in a while. But
What's your point?
Give him 5 minutes.
I need a lot of warm up. Get the hams warm. I'm actually excited that Halo's going to be coming out for PC, even though they said it was supposed to be coming out like a month ago.
Really excited about Reach.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
I was really big on SWAT too.
My PC is in the works eventually.
Actually, a lot of us are really big on the Assassin's Creed. Will's really big on Assassin's Creed. He's a big
Best
fan.
series ever.
I mean, that's debatable, but okay.
Best series ever?
Best series ever.
Video game series?
Video game series.
Of all time.
I think that way because I like the history aspect of it.
Right.
I'm a history
The
nut.
very
sure.
historically accurate representation.
Most of it is. It's just
it's-
the stuff that we don't have any knowledge of how exactly it happened. That's the fictitious part of it.
So aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah. we're going to go with aliens. Okay, so Will's big on Assassin's Creed. Ben, you like a lot of like Bethesda stuff. You like a lot of RPG stuff, like you said before.
He probably is going to say Mass Effect is the best.
Are you going to say Mass Effect, Skyrim, or I'm going to say Skyrim.
Ugh.
Mass Effect, Elder Scrolls. Like, what's your favorite kind of series you're thinking?
If I had to pick one series, yes, it would probably be Mass Effect.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can't get over the character development and the effect you have on the gameplay.
Right.
So
I did play good. I played some Mass Effect Andromeda. You let me borrow some of the Mass Effect games. I got to play them for a little bit.
mm-hmm.
It was a little weird. It's like a different kind of shooter.
Yes.
It was kind of hard for me to like stay with it though, just because I'm such a sporadic person
Mm-hmm.
that I need like a lot of action
Yeah.
or something that keeps my mind off.
Especially
stuff.
in the first game, there is a lot of downtime. Well, actually, in all the games, if you're not just talking about missions specifically, there's
Right.
a lot of downtime in just talking to people.
Yeah.
Which I love because it really builds up characters.
Mhm.
But I understand why that's
I
boring.
mean, I understand like the story aspect and stuff like that, and I understand the character development. It's cool. It's just like there's so much of it. I was like, I need a little bit more variation.
Yeah, no, I understand. You did you get to Mass Effect 3?
You let me play Mass Effect. I didn't I think I played 2 and 3. I don't think I played the original.
Okay. Mass Effect 3 is better about having more combat situations.
Right.
But
Alex, what's your kind of like big franchise or series that you
said
like?
Paper Mario.
I mean, I don't know if that's too small of a... Well, the thing about Paper Mario is only the first 2 to 3 games were good, and then the rest of them sucked.
I mean,
So I don't know if I can fully commit myself to liking a franchise where half the games sucked.
It's similar to me in Halo. It's like Halo for me was Reach, ODST, and 1 through 3. And then 4, 5, and possibly Infinity, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
Well, I know it couldn't be Call of Duty because you basically cussed out that 10-year-old.
Okay. We don't have to get into that. He's talking about me.
I
But
expect nothing less of Alex than to cuss out a 10-year-old.
I like that series, but I also like primarily a lot of the Zelda games. Like, there's not very many bad Zelda games.
Yeah,
it's very true.
I do like the Zelda games. I was not big. I never played. Was it Skyward Sword?
Yeah.
Never
I've
played it,
never
but
played that
I never
either.
heard anything good about it.
I'm in the same boat.
Yeah, I've never heard anything good about it. Game Grumps played it, and they like think it's like the worst game of all time, which I think is
Yes.
hilarious. After some of the really, really bad games that they've played, they think that that's really bad.
Okay,
Like,
but they
damn.
also think Shadow the Hedgehog is a bad game, and that's a great game.
And they also
It's-
think that Sonic Adventure Battle 2 or 2 Battle is also a shit game. So
I'm not big on the Sonic
I love Sonic games.
Okay,
man.
Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 are such amazing games.
Yeah.
They're so good playing as different characters in the Sonic universe. But that's just me.
That's just you.
And me. I liked them
It's
too.
just
No,
you
it's
guys.
just me.
I
Bailey,
just liked how they tried to make it angsty with Shadow.
well,
And you get to
Shadow's
use a
just supposed to
gun.
be edgy. That's like when
Damn!
Yeah, he does.
Shadow was like part of the rise
Pull out
of
a freaking
edginess.
Uzi and start shooting things with
I know.
the Shadow the Hedgehog.
It was this beginning of edginess for some gamers that are like, I want to be the black one. I want to be edgy Pit. Yeah. I want to be edgy Sonic. Yeah.
But do you think people like those games because they had them as kids, and then like that's the reason they like them? Like coming back to it, it has that much nostalgia.
Well, I think when they were kids that they realized that it was different from other games because like you're grabbing Sonic, which was traditionally just a platformer, and then you're turning
side
it
scroller.
right, and then you're turning it into, that to where you're flying around and shooting stuff with a black Sonic. Like it seemed really cool and it was different, and like suddenly kids are like, "That's badass." I mean, that's bad butt, But it's pretty interesting. And then when we revisit it though later, we're like, "This is the game I played so much of because we recognize the music and all the
The music for
and
Sonic
stuff
Adventure
like that.
2 was great.
And the reason why a lot of us like the older games a lot, like feels so much, I guess, fulfilled, is because older games were made like entirely before release.
Yes.
There were no DLCs. There were no patches.
They were
When they
complete
made
games.
a game, they came out with a full game, bugs and all. If it had bugs, they just dealt with it. But that's how it was. We got
Hello?
we got Space Die saying, "Hey bitches." What's going on, Space Die?
How's it going?
Space Die, if you like what you see or hear, go ahead and drop a follow. Also, this is kind of awkward for the people on the podcast. They're like, what the heck's going on? We're streaming on Twitch as well. So there's like a whole like audio video thing going on to where we're actually interacting with the chat as well, which is pretty cool. But yeah, please drop a follow. Appreciate you. Hopefully that wasn't too long ago. Anyway, so we were
That just
talking.
popped up.
Oh, it just popped up? Cool.
He's gotten good at it
You called me out on it once.
All it takes is the one time.